create walls by room and segments. This is really has been a really nice addition, okay? But there are some things that you need to be aware of, okay? Which is much easier for me to show you in the actual demonstration than it would be for me to explain it here, okay? So please understand, exclusions are curtain walls, ellipses, faces, and in-place walls cannot be used. In-place walls, I believe it's actually talking about the face-based walls when you use massings. Very well, let's see this in Revit. Go ahead and close this. Save changes, no to this. Very well. Here we have predefined what's called a room, okay, and we added a room object to it, which is the X, as we already know. This is the room object, okay? So when we come over here to walls, we go ahead and see that we have two new options, place by room and place by segment, right? Now, these two are very important, and let's go and see exactly how these two work. Let's go ahead and say place by room. Now, by definition, the parameter says that it's a place by room, so you would expect it to work automatically, such as this. You'll notice that my actual wall, oops, I keep selecting more walls, sorry about that. Okay, that's the single wall. There's the wall that I decided to go ahead and attach. You will notice that it has an automatic alignment, okay? So this works. Let's go ahead and undo this. And let's go ahead and erase the room, right? And see if it works again, because we said it's by room, right? So let's go ahead and walls, we go place rooms, and it works. See that? Now, the question that happens to me is, why does it work? Well, it's for a very simple reason. If I actually select any walls or any slabs or any roofs by that matter, they're all room bounding. Those objects are the ones that help define rooms, okay, or the perimeter of a room. So that being the case, each one of these has an option called room bounding. Let's go ahead and remove it from this one, and let's see what happens when we go back and do the same thing, saying that we're going to be placing it by room. Look what happened. Because it's considering that this room is actually open-ended. So can I use place by segment? Absolutely. And the reason why you can use place by segment is because these are room bounding. Notice that I can't do it on this one because this one's not. Okay, let's go ahead and undo that. Okay, and let's go ahead and make this a room bounding object again. And let's go ahead and place an opening here. Okay, and that's our opening. I'm just going to go ahead and create a 3D to make sure that, first of all, that my room opening goes to the floor. The one thing that I would like you to please remember is that when anything is actually defining a room, it's actually based on the floor plan. It's not based on the ceiling. It's not space. It's on the floor plan. So what's going to happen is the reason for it is what I just told you. Okay, and we'll see it. Before I go ahead and do that, though, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that these walls are now connected to level 2. Okay, which is great. Let's go back to level 1. By the way, this only works in floor plans. So you can't do it in 3D. Okay, so that's why I'm switching back to floor plans. I'm going back to walls. Okay, and I'm going to say place by room. And once again, I can't do it. And the reason why is what I told you. This particular opening is all the way to the floor. Okay, so if I actually went ahead and took the opening and made it a little bit smaller, meaning it doesn't go to the floor, and if I come over here to level 1 and then redefine the particular inner walls by place by room, it actually sees it. You see that? Notice what's happening here though, okay? It's not respecting the opening. That's okay. This is actually going to be have a great impact a little bit later on, but let's go ahead and keep working with this. Let's go ahead and take a look at 3D now, and let's go ahead and set this back to be way beyond. And so the question becomes is, how do we actually resolve this? We resolve this by using a room separator, which is non-geometrical, but the software knows that the room stops here. And we're going to say to the midpoint here and to the midpoint there. Okay, now I'm using the midpoint on purpose because I want you to see something really cool that's going to happen. Okay, let's go ahead and place by room. It's a little bit faster. And look what happened. It actually placed the inner wall and it ends it right at the opening edge. You see that? So it's actually, in this case, it's respecting that, which is really, really cool. I'm going to go ahead and undo that because I want you to see something else that you need to be aware of. There is a solution, and I'll show you the solution, but there is something that you need to be aware of, okay? Let's go ahead and now go ahead and place a window and a door. Let's go ahead, window, facing to the outside, obviously. And let's go ahead and place a door. Okay, facing to the inside, right? Because it's a little bit more obvious of what's going to happen. Now that we've got that, let's go ahead and say walls. We're going to stay by room. It's a little easier than by place because I don't want to go ahead one by one by one by one. Okay, place by room. Let's go ahead and switch this to level 2, and I'm going to go ahead and select that. Look at what happened. It doesn't respect the openings. You see that? It respects it here, but it doesn't respect it there and here. There is a solution, okay? And the solution is this. Oops, I'm making way too many walls. Sorry about that. I got maybe one. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, the solution is to actually join these two objects. So I can go to modify, I go to join, and I say I'm going to join this wall with this wall, and now automatically it fixes it. Okay, notice that because the wall is at this particular door is placed on the CMU wall, it actually hinges on the CMU. Be careful of this. Okay, this is very important for you to know. So you cannot let that happen if your design is going to suffer for it. So we need to actually, when I see if I can come up with a solution for this, we'll go ahead and do that, show it to you, or make a blog out of it. Or if Autodesk happens to come up with an update that corrects this, we'll see what happens. And you'll notice also the same thing is happening to the window. The window actually goes to the actual core, which would have been the core. It doesn't go all the way through. There should be some sort of a frame happening here, okay? And with that, we have seen placement of walls by room or segments.